In the secluded region of Port Arthur, Tasmania, the air is thick with stories of a past that seems to echo through every shadowed corner. Once the site of a brutal convict settlement, Port Arthur served as a prison for the British Empire's most hardened criminals during the 19th century. The penal colony was notorious for its isolation and grim living conditions, trapping its inmates in a land far removed from civilization, surrounded by harsh seas and impenetrable wilderness. Convicts were forced into endless days of hard labor and solitude, often at the mercy of unforgiving guards and a strict, unyielding penal system. The isolation wasn't merely physical. Many of the inmates were subjected to psychological torment, deprived of light, conversation, and any semblance of human interaction as punishment. This approach was intended to break them down, and for many, it succeeded, leading to desperation, insanity, and, for some, an end by their own hands. Today, visitors claim that this sorrowful past lingers like a thick fog, the remnants of which remain etched into the very stones of Port Arthur. Countless sightings and eerie encounters have been reported by those brave enough to explore its darkened cells and empty buildings at night. Shadows move unprovoked along walls, and whispers seem to drift through the still air. One of the most infamous areas is the separate prison, a place where inmates were kept in solitary confinement, forbidden even from seeing one another. Even today, those who step inside report feeling an overwhelming sense of unease, as though unseen eyes are following them. Some hear the faint, ghostly sounds of weeping and hushed voices, often described as cold breaths upon their necks. Others feel an inexplicable weight on their chest, a kind of dread that becomes unbearable, forcing them to leave. One of the most chilling tales revolves around the ghost of a former guard named Mark Jeffrey. Known for his cruelty in life, Jeffrey's spirit is said to still roam the grounds, especially around the old asylum, which once housed convicts driven mad by isolation and abuse. Visitors report seeing a tall, stern figure out of the corner of their eyes, only to turn and find themselves alone. Some claim he whispers insults and threats into their ears, a twisted echo of his lifetime of control and intimidation. In another part of the site, the old commandant's house exudes a different kind of horror. It is said that the ghost of the commandant's young daughter, who died mysteriously in the home, roams the rooms with quiet footsteps and a sorrowful wailing cry. There are accounts of guests seeing the pale face of a young girl staring at them through the window on dark nights. Some say her spirit is restless, her soul trapped by a life cut short and forever bound to her family's dwelling. One of the most unnerving places is the Isle of the Dead, a small island used as a cemetery for convicts, soldiers, and settlers alike. Buried in mass graves without ceremony or distinction, hundreds lie beneath the cold soil, their identities lost to time. Tour guides recount tales of shadows appearing on the island as dusk falls, even when no one is present. The sound of footsteps crunching over gravel has startled many, and some visitors have reported faint cries from unseen mouths, echoing over the water. The spirit of a woman, known only as the White Lady, is often seen gliding across the cemetery. Dressed in white, her face is expressionless, her eyes hollow as she moves silently between graves, vanishing into the mist that blankets the island. Even Port Arthur's open fields are said to be haunted by echoes of suffering. People have reported seeing faint, ghostly figures in striped convict garb trudging across the landscape, vanishing upon approach. Some say that on quiet nights, they hear the sounds of distant moans or the crack of a whip, sounds that disappear as quickly as they come. Despite the passage of time, it seems as though the pain and desperation of Port Arthur's inhabitants have left an indelible mark, one that continues to haunt the land. Those who visit often leave with a chilling sense of unease, as though the souls of Port Arthur's past still linger, unable to break free from the shadows of their own suffering.
Enjoyed the content? Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us bring more awesome videos your way. Don't forget to click the bell icon to stay updated with all our latest uploads. Thanks for watching.